Hello, good morning. I am Dr. D, a nephrologist from Mumbai, India, and I am part of ISN Emerging Leaders Program, which has taught me the importance of providing sustainable kidney care. And now I am here adopting an eco-friendly, greener lifestyle. Let me show you small changes which I have made in my daily schedule to reduce my carbon footprint. Oh, it's already time to leave for work, and the distance from my home to hospital is 32 kilometers. And to cover this distance, I have two options. The convenient one is a chauffeur-driven personal car, and the other one is a public transport known as Mumbai Local. Nowadays, I choose public transport to mainly reduce my carbon footprint. But to my surprise, it has also proven more fun as I have made some really good friends here and my ride to work now feels like a picnic. On the days when the train is not available like weekends, I ditch my petrol driven vehicle and choose the electric car, which not only decreases the carbon emission but also is lighter on my pocket. So it is a win-win. After traveling for almost an hour, now I have reached my hospital, which is in the heart of city of Mumbai. This being a public hospital caters to the most underprivileged strata of the society. My day here begins with taking rounds in the dialysis unit, and as I am seeing them clinically, I am also wondering that is there anything I can do to make my unit greener. So let's check out some changes which can be utilized in the low resource setting. To reduce the enormous water wastage, I tend to decrease my dialysate flow in patients who do not need higher flows. I also reuse all the reject water by utilizing it in laundry and washrooms. Also, I try to reuse the spent dialysate which is rich in urea in the kitchen garden which provides healthy organic food to our patients. Another thing we can do is to decrease the energy use and use alternative sources of energy. Talking about alternative sources, India has huge potential of solar power, and the solar panels fitted on our terrace can power our dialysis unit for at least 7 to 8 months in the whole year. We are also looking at innovative inventions which can be used with dialysis machines like this heat exchanger, where heat from the used dialysate can be transferred to the incoming dialysate and thus it saves energy. One of the major problems which we face today is the waste disposal from the dialysis unit. As an enormous amount of waste is generated, its segregation at source decreases not only the expense of disposal, but it also gives us the non-infectious waste which can be readily reused and recycled. For example, these plastic cans, which are dialysate part A, can be reused as sharp containers for the whole hospital. We have also mastered the art of dialyzer reuse, and we do that by using this dialysis reprocessor machine. Let me give you some numbers here. As each dialyzer weighs around 0.3 kgs, if we use it 8 times for a thrice per week dialysis patient, we will be producing 35 kg less waste per patient per year. And for a busy center like ours, catering to around 100 patients, it will amount to around 3,500 kgs of less waste annually. The last but not the least part is for procurement. An important step which we are trying to make in procurement area is that we will be using an on-site concentrated mixer system which will reduce the plastic generated by the dialysate can by around 98%. Now my HD rounds are over and I move to my outpatient clinic department where I use these principles that the best waste is the waste which is never produced. and thus I try to reduce the HD requirement in my patients by promoting primary prevention of chronic kidney disease and its progression to end-stage kidney disease. Patients who progress to ESKD are offered preemptive transplant as it is proven to have a lesser carbon footprint than being on dialysis. However, those who cannot be transplanted are given the option of incremental HD, which also preserves their residual kidney function. I also try to make the kidney care in my OPD as lean as possible, and for which I promote home monitoring of simple signs like blood pressure and urine protein, and then these patients can tell those things to me by televisit. Another very important thing which has helped me to reduce my clinic's carbon footprint is to avoid polypharmacy and reduce pill wastage, as huge amount of carbon emission happens with manufacturing and disposal of these pills. As you will notice here, we are still using pen and paper and we have not yet utilized electronic health records. So, an important effort which we are trying is to reduce the paper use in our OPD, and we encourage all our patients to use as much electronic devices as possible while sharing reports with us. Now as the OPD is over, it's time for departmental academic meet. And the topic I have chosen for this month's meet is the strategies for sustainable kidney care, where every stakeholder, be it the patient, the clinic doctor, the hemodialysis center in charge, the hospital and professional societies like Indian Society of Nephrology and the government play a significant role in making the kidney care more sustainable for future. After a busy day, I am now back home. And let me introduce you to my daughter, who is really in love with her gadgets. But together with her, I try to promote the low carbon lifestyle, in which I try to avoid all the packaged food and I try to replace it with locally grown organic food. Also, I try to avoid using elevators and lifts and try to use stairs as much as possible. Also, I make a point that whenever not being utilized, electric supply or electric devices are switched off. Though my daughter is in love with electronic gadgets, I make it a point that she spends most of the time outdoors playing with friends and maintaining a healthy lifestyle. And I also join her in this endeavor. As we retire for the day, it's time for some bedtime stories with my daughter, where apart from fables from Panchatantra, I also tell her about the Hindu mythology, where Mother Nature is considered a goddess, whom we refer as Dharti Mata. And as this ancient shlok from Veda says, "O dear mother, I bow down to you, for you bear the weight of oceans and mountains for us, and nurture us with love and care. Please forgive me as I touch you, Mother Earth, with my feet." And this is my small way in teaching my daughter that Mother Nature cares for her so much, and it is her responsibility to pay back. And that's how we end our day. Thank you and happy low carbon lifestyle to all of you.